This is not what I... Hey, can you hear me at all? Okay. So I think I had this thing on mute, but I wasn't sure if it was muted or not. Look at what is going on. What is going on here? Yeah. All right, it's 2:00. We're going to do what we normally do and give people a few minutes, and then we're going to get started. How's it going now, Deborah? $2:02. I think that, you know me, every time I get to this like 2:03, I don't want to really wait anymore. So let me know if you want me to just go ahead and get started, or if you are okay with waiting a couple more minutes. Okay. All right. So I am, first of all, want to welcome you to the live stream. This is like a combined live stream, so it'll be modules 6 and 7. So we are going to go over the mindfulness and the meditation part of it, as well as the body positivity and self-image part of it. So I just kind of combined everything into one. And there is, if you look in your workbook, like behind every month, there is actually sort of an exercise for self-esteem that would go well with what we are going to be talking about today. And the first thing to note is the reason for doing the mindfulness meditation and the body positivity part together is because I just feel like it would be sort of, I think it would be important for like older women to have like the tools that they need to sort of conquer all of the things that we are going through at this age and stage. Um, and we're going to touch on the like the norms of society and how like as you get older you get more thought of as like a backdrop and like not part of regular society, especially in the beauty community. And we'll just like talk about some situations that we have. I thought I actually had, yeah, actually do have some questions, and I might put those questions in there as well. But the first thing I want to talk about is the mindfulness portion of it. And where's my, yeah. So pretty much mindfulness, and I think I did do this video. I am not sure if you watched it, but that mindfulness is pretty much putting yourself in the space where you are now. Like I think I gave the example of mindfulness with eating, like pay attention to the taste, the texture, the smell of your food. Take time to just sit back and enjoy what you eat. With like walking, if you do take walks, just pay attention to like the weather, like now with the flowers and everything blooming. Pay attention to how your feet feel when they hit the ground, the wind feels when it goes past your face. And that is pretty much mindfulness, just being in the moment and sort of appreciating the moment. And I think some of the questions that I have, like the first question that I have is, how do you practice mindfulness in your daily life? Being hyper aware is what I get out of it. I don't know if you want to be hyper aware. It's not like you trying to watch out for somebody to attack you or anything. It's just being present. I would say just being present in the moment. So, do you have any sort of examples of how you are present in the moment? And as I drink this, because I know my throat is going to get dry. If you do, I'll just kind of click it up on the screen, but I am going to go ahead and move on. And I will say again, if you watch the video, if you didn't, go back and watch it, because in it, I gave us like some little moments of, are my glasses crooked? Is my head just crooked? I gave us some little sort of breaks to do, like little mini meditations. So those may help. But all right, so you say it, not in that sense. Normally we aren't aware of anything that's normal and daily. Paying attention to how the wind feels on my face is hyper aware. Okay. I don't know if for me that's hyper aware, but I will tend to like roll the car down in the window just to be able to feel the air on my face. So, I mean, I can kind of get where you're coming from because you are actually paying attention to it. So it does kind of seem hyper aware. But maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's being hyper aware. Yeah, no, not paranoid at all. But I was talking about the meditation. And this is saying it's just like giving your mind a break from all the chatter and outside things and just being more focused. So even last night, what I did, and I gave this Let me see if it'll let me type it on here. I gave this YouTube channel before, and I think I just spelled it wrong. They are excellent for little short meditations, like 10 minutes. Last night I did one that was actually like 17 minutes plus, and it really didn't feel like it was 17 minutes. That one wasn't so much guided meditation, it was guided visualization. But they have this great meditation. They have fantastic guided meditations, and it's like for a whole bunch of different things, anything that you can think of. And you just pretty much sit, relax, and just do what they say. They have you concentrating on your breathing first, and then it's a lady, so she'll sort of have you just like focusing on your heart, focusing on your breathing, focusing on like different areas of your body throughout the meditation. And then at the end of the meditation, usually I feel much better. After I got home yesterday and everything that I went through yesterday with you know who and my coins, I had to come in here and meditate. And it did make a difference. And then I was able to just like relax for the rest of the evening. But I feel like, yes, you do. Because I know you may be a little anxious about surgery coming up. So, yep, I advise you to check out Great Meditation. There are also some, and I can't remember the name of it, but I did subscribe to one that has these binaural things. So it goes from like ear to ear. And however it does it, it calms you. So look for the ones with the binaural beats or something like that. Let me see if I can spell that. It's anything that says it's by, let me see. Yeah. I'll just say binaural meditation. Yeah. So it's something about, and I spelled that completely wrong. That's supposed to be a T, but it's something about that thing going from one ear to the other one that just soothes you. So the great meditations and the binaural meditations are perfect for like sort of getting you, like, pardon the pun, out of your head and like quieting the outside noise and helping you to like cope with things that are stressing you out. So I suggest those. And I think at this stage, we have like so many things that would cause us some stress in our regular lives, the job, things going at home. Some of us have parents that we are taking care of, so we are like primary caregivers, just anything. So if you can just take like 10 minutes out of that time and just sit and just that, make that your 10 minutes of me time and just listen to that meditation. For me, I'm not going to say I guarantee, but for me, it does make a difference. And I'm probably going to meditate again today. You need to, so I think the point of it is to get where you can just sit on your own and just meditate and be able to block things out successfully. But I think at this point, I still kind of like the guidance. Like they'll give you how to reach your higher self and how to deal with like, I can't remember, but anything that will be going on in your life, I can guarantee you there is a meditation for. They have morning meditations, they have meditations for sleep, they just have all of those things. And let's see, the last thing is sort of incorporating from this one is incorporating this into yes. It is. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm also one of those ones because I tend to have things kind of interrupt my brain while I'm actually doing it. But the thing is to let it come into your head and let it go right back out, and don't focus on the fact that you are not really concentrating. let it come in. If it's coming in, let it come in, and then let it go back out. And then eventually, after you do it for a while, it'll get easier and easier. Because I used to sit there and say, when is this thing going to be over? I'm sick of doing this. When is it going to be over? But the more I do it, the more I like it. And like the shorter they seem. So I'm like venturing into longer meditations at this point. I do, I gave the techniques like the mindful eating, the mindful walking. We're going to talk about sort of integrating mindfulness into your daily life. And you mean like saying, when is it over? I want to be done. Because I think all of us start out like that, like, ugh, when is this going to be done? I'm tired. I don't know if I can do this. But eventually, it's just like one of those habits that you have to build. But once you build it, trust me, it'll seem like time just flies by when you do it. But so in building mindfulness into your daily activities, so it's sort of like paying attention to like when you brush your teeth and things like that. Or if you like, they give an example of if you walk to work, just paying attention like to like the scenery that is around you. Pay attention to, of course, again, your feet hitting the ground, stuff like that. This one was super short, but it's basically saying that all of these things are important because when you do this, you start to feel more grounded, you start to feel more peaceful. And then when things get crazy, yes, definitely paying attention when things like today, I kind of feel like out of sorts. And I was this close to not doing this live stream today, but I was like, let me do it. Because usually once I do them, I feel much better afterwards because I feel like I learned some things. I feel like I gave some things. So I'm actually glad that I did do it. And I think, let me just put this in there real quick. I think what I am going to do now, I'm going to sort of switch it up. I don't think that I'm going to continue with like doing the video on Thursday and then doing the live on Saturday. I think I'm just going to continue to do the lives on Saturday. Because for one, I don't think that the videos are, what I want to say, the videos are not gaining much traction at all. I think I had like 10 people watch the last one. And I feel like I get more views when I do the actual live stream. So instead of doubling the work, I would rather just come with some talking points and like questions or exercises for a live stream on Saturday. Yeah, I think I like this part of it a little bit better. Plus, it gets me more used to actually doing live streams. So I would probably just continue with the live stream throughout the rest of this. I think we have maybe 5 more modules left after this. So they will all be live streams and we'll come up with something else to do for a Thursday video. We kind of switch it up a little bit. So I did have a few questions from the mindfulness and meditation module, which was module number 6. And the next question that I want to ask is, what are some challenges you face when trying to integrate mindfulness into your routine? And I will say a lot of times that, like when I get up in the morning, I try to sleep as late as I possibly can. So when I get up, I'm trying to just rush and do everything. So you don't have time to kind of think about it. You just like go on automatic pilot and you just get stuff done so you can get out of the door. And you say, I'll be home. We need to figure out how to do a split screen video. Oh, I can send you because I can like, well, it won't come up because I don't have 2 people, but it'll let me do, I forgot how many people I can add, but I can definitely add you to a live screen, to a live with like a split screen. I don't know if you're going to be wanting to do that next weekend, though, for sure, because you might still be in pain. But you can let me know. What seems like a chore? Because I feel like I'm talking about one thing and then I kind of get lost. We're trying to, listen, I'm telling you, I'm out of sorts today. I got you now. When you have to figure out how to be mindful. So here's the thing, I can be mindful on Saturday and Sunday, but I can meditate on Monday through Friday. And that's it. I would just, to get started, do it on a day where you don't have to be rushed to do it. And that would make it easier. And like with you being home, you have time to like be mindful about things. But when you go into work, it's kind of hard to be mindful and get to work on time. So I would say on the weekends, if your schedule is Monday through Friday working, is a better time to try and do it. And have you noticed? Well, I don't know. You haven't started. How do you remind yourself to practice mindfulness during busy or stressful times? So here's the thing. We just had that conversation that I just believe it's just something that you have to just like practice. You have to like kind of make yourself do, and you have to probably give yourself more time to like get up and get yourself ready and get dressed. And you know what I mean? You have to give yourself time to be able to do these mindful things. Because if you get up late like me and you only have like 30 minutes or less to get ready, you don't have time. But if you get up a little bit earlier, then you allow yourself that time. And yes, I would say an alarm. Listen, let me tell you. My alarm goes off at 5:05. I lay back down until 5:30. So alarm is a good option, but if you like me, you go, okay, I got a little bit more time, I can sleep, and then you'll get up. But to get up to the alarm, that's the thing. And then you can have a little bit more time. Like I used to just get up at my regular time, get myself ready, and then come in here and sit down and do my makeup. That will be a time that I could practice some mindfulness. But I've been cutting that out a lot and I need to get back to it. So that, and you say you have to schedule things. You got to schedule, like, yeah, you have to schedule things for you at this point. You have to schedule these things in your life to take care of you also. So, um, let's see. How do you, this is all about being mindful. These questions are all about being mindful because it's like, how do you handle distractions or interruptions while trying to stay mindful? And this would be even on a weekend. Like if I'm in the middle of even meditation, like I was in the middle of meditation last night. I just knew, I heard Father get up. I just knew that he was going to come in here and interrupt me. And I, to be 100% honest with you, don't know how I would have handled that. I would have been like, just giving him that hold on finger and like let him know, like, give me my few minutes and then I'll be done. But he didn't bother me, so that was good. He just went downstairs. And you said your mind wanders. And that's the thing about meditation. Your mind is going to wander, but let it wander and then just bring it back. And let it wander and just bring it back. And then eventually you'll find that your mind wanders less and less. It happens to everybody. It's normal. Have you experienced any unexpected or surprising moments of mindfulness in your daily life? Like even if you didn't mean to be mindful about something, have you noticed that you were mindful about something? I haven't. I don't think I have been. To be honest, I don't think I have been like unexpectedly mindful about anything. I'm trying to think about it. Um, and I don't, the only thing that I can think that I would be unexpectedly mindful about is something like painting my nails. Listen, and I haven't done that in a long time. I am not unexpectedly mindful about anything. So, and you said, I do find you find yourself at times letting yourself zone into certain things for short periods. Um, I can sort of, I don't know if I want to call it zone in on things, but I feel like I'm sinking down. Let me sit up. I find myself going down rabbit holes. I'm sure that's not the same thing as being mindful, but I find myself going down rabbit holes sometimes. I don't know. I don't know if I need to practice mindfulness. I'm good on the meditation part, but I need to practice the mindfulness part. Um, let's see. So this one is saying to explore how life experiences and transitions such as menopause, retirement, or caregiving can impact the mental and emotional well-being of older women, and discuss how mindfulness can offer tools for navigating these changes. And I kind of touched on that a little bit as well when I was saying that you kind of have to, even if it's only 10 minutes, that you have to carve out that 10 minutes for yourself to be mindful or to do your meditations. You kind of have to, because if not, you will burn out. Menopause has not only the physical effects of it, but it also has those mental effects of it. And I could be having me a menopausal mental effect at this point, because I feel today like I'm not 100 and not 150%, not 100% like ready for the live stream today. So you said just changing life stages puts people in a state of panic. We don't know what to expect. And we don't know what to expect. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, to be honest with you. Um, but I think that I am trying to like combat these things with doing things that I know that I have control over. Like I made 2023, and I was talking with somebody about this yesterday. 2023 was the year to get my medical self in order. 2024 is going to be the year to get my mental stuff in order. So that's why I made it not like a New Year's a resolution or anything, but I just made it like a goal for myself to do more of, not necessarily mindfulness, but more of meditation, and just to focus on like the self-love and the self-care. That is 2024's goals for me. And you said, I think mindfulness allows us to center ourselves with what's happening in our bodies. I think so. I definitely think so. Um, so that kind of stretches us into sort of celebrating body positivity. So in the culture that we live in now, especially in these here United States of America, getting older is definitely not celebrated. Youth is always put up and above everything else. And then when you get to a certain age, you feel unseen. Like you definitely feel unseen. And that can sort of mess with the mental health as well, and minds. And you said it may keep us from snapping on folks because we are aware that this is a natural process. I still may snap on somebody. But We, with that being said, we suffer, I think, more often with like low self-esteem. I think it can even sort of lead to a little bit of depression. I feel like getting older contributes to depression as well. Um, we see these changes in our bodies, period, like lack of volume in the boobs, and you start to see like this love handles and you can't seem to get rid of them. You can't lose weight as much as you did before. You do feel a little bit worthless because you feel invisible. So the point is to sort of, and I'm sort of like reading my notes because I wrote, not wrote, I like printed out some notes, and I just kind of want to touch on it. And hang on for a sec. Um, Sorry, I feel not needed. Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of us have older children. Those children now have their own families. They don't tend to call you for things like they used to. But what we need to concentrate on now is like things that we can still do with our bodies, things that we can start to do for ourselves. Like you had kids like for the majority of your life. Now you can do things like go on these vacations, you can take these girls trips, you can do all of these different things. You can mentor to someone that's younger than you and let your experience with what you've dealt with in your life help that person going forward, which in turns helps with your self-esteem. And that just kind of popped into my head at the last minute. But we can also do things like find ways to learn something new, something that we can get into that would sort of alleviate this feeling of worthlessness. If you want to even take up a cause, if you want to take up a cause for like older women and being invisible, especially in the beauty space, you can do that. If especially if you have a platform like YouTube, you can definitely do something like that. You can go on like a journey of self-discovery, like, this is who I have been. I have been somebody's wife. I have been somebody's mother, somebody's sister, somebody's daughter. Now, who am I? I need to go on that journey to find out who I am, what I like, and what I want. So, that to me is what the body positivity, like self image. So, it's not like even to me, even really body positivity, because I don't have a negative body image. I do notice changes like these little wrinkles in my forehead, but stuff like that doesn't bother me. If it's something medical, that's definitely something we can both do at a shared live stream. Definitely. But yeah, because I think it's more so, I think, and I do want other opinions, but I think it's more so what we deal with mentally as we get older and not necessarily physically. I mean, you have physical things like arthritis and needing surgeries and things like that. But what is the mental toll that growing older is taking on, especially women? I don't know that men struggle the same way that we do with growing older and feeling invisible. So that is something to touch on at a later date of how we can manage these things and handle these things and sort of not defeat is not the word, overcome is the word I'm looking for. How we can overcome these different feelings that we have with growing older. And you said how we're experiencing this change and topics surrounding that. Absolutely. I would love to have you on a live stream with me because doing this by myself, Um, yep. So, yep, that is something we can definitely do. Some men do. Some men do. Some men do. Those I meet, but those may be the ones that are like more in touch with their selves. But I don't. I just don't feel like. I feel like on with women, it is just kind of more prevalent. We sort of also face this thing about losing the beauty that we had when we were younger because all these changes happen in your face. Um, your friend is having a crisis about turning 50. You know that turning 50 did not bother me at all, at all, because who is going to look at you and go, "Oh, she's 50 years old"? And you know, with the two of us though, that people don't think we're 50 years old anyway, let alone 54. But I agree. Some men do kind of have that. This one back here that belongs to me had no problem whatsoever turning 50. He always likes to say how old he is or how old he's going to be. So yeah, some men do, some men don't. But I think by and large, women have issues. Yeah, there was no problem. There was no problem turning. Psh, did I have more of a problem turning 30 than I did turning 40 and 50? Probably, because then when you hit 30, it's like, oh my God, I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm not young. But when you hit 40, when you hit 50, probably 60, it's not going to be a big deal to me. But I know that's not the case with everybody. Um, I think that's it, Deborah. So what we'll do is what's that favorite thing? We're gonna circle back on the how to overcome these types of things as you get older. So I'll talk to you. Here's another one. I'll talk to you offline. That's all the I don't know if 60 is going to get me or not. I guess it all depends on where I am in my life mentally when I turn 60. I'm gonna go to bed 59 one day and wake up 60 the next day. As long as I'm doing what I need to do to make myself as healthy as I can at that age, I don't know that it's going to get me that bad. I'm already an old lady, so I don't know how much it's going to affect me. But that is the combined module 6 and number 7, mindfulness and meditation, and body positivity and self-image. The next module is going to be module number 8, creative self-expression, exploring art, writing, and other outlets, tapping into inner creativity and self-discovery, and building confidence through not self-expression, building confidence through expression. That will be the next module. That one sounds pretty fun. So we'll see how that one goes. Like I said, that one is going to be strictly alive. So there will be no Thursday video on it. And then go back through your workbook. I guess you can go through to March and do that self-esteem exercise that they have in here. It asks you to list things that you love about yourself, what values you have, and what unique skills you have, and what other people say that is good about you. So if you are watching this video later and you don't have the workbook, first of all, what are you doing? Get the workbook. I'm going to put a link in my description, of course, where you can pick that workbook up. It is available on Amazon. But in the immediate time, if you don't and you just have a journal, you can write it down in your journal also. Thank you so much for supporting me here today with this video. I feel like we did it. I wish I could put the link here, but I don't have the link. So I'll put it in the description below. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today with this video. And I'm going to end it like I end all of my videos. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you are already subscribed, please make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I have a new video coming out. Have a great day, and don't let your day be a waste of makeup. Bye. See you tomorrow. Banners. Brand before this thing ends. I do it every time.